Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Susan Smith, and you're watching MYBV World News. Our topic this afternoon is human trafficking, also known as modern-day slavery. It is a violation of the human rights of an individual. Despite their age, they're forced into hard physical labor or sexual acts. Human trafficking is the third largest criminal industry in the world, after arms and drug dealing. More than 27 million people around the world are estimated to be victims of slavery, with approximately 50% under the age of 18. It is impossible to know precisely the number of people being trafficked. The International Labor Organization in 2005 estimated at least 2.4 billion people have been sold into human trafficking. Well, here with me today are three distinguished guests here to discuss the worldwide problem of human trafficking. Our first guest, Ms. Lee. Welcome, Ms. Lee. Thanks. Ms. Lee, please tell us about human trafficking in Thailand.
Well, first and foremost, Thailand is a source, transit, and destination for human trafficking.
Well, I'm not sure our listeners are familiar with these terms, source, transit, and destination. What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, basically, they get people from Thailand, then people are brought to Thailand, and then transported to other countries.
Just how many women and children have been sold into human trafficking in Thailand?
As data shows, so far, 80,000 women and children have been sold into Thailand's sex industry since 1990, with most coming from Burma.
What are the causes of human trafficking in Thailand?
Majority of the cause is poverty and also social and economic problems.
What certain social and economic problems?
One economic problem is the lack of jobs, and a social problem is the corruption of police officers.
Are only women and children trafficked?
No, men are also trafficked, but it's rare because the majority of people being trafficked is women and children.
Thank you, Ms. Lee. Let's welcome our second guest speaker, Ms. Aydan Brashear. Welcome, Ms. Brashear. Ms. Brashear, please share some information about human trafficking in Turkey.
Well, Turkey is both a transit and a destination for human traffickers from the Soviet Union.
How many people are being trafficked into Turkey?
About 250,000 victims are from Turkey since 1999.
How are the victims of human trafficking treated?
Well, most of them are, if you resist the captors, you're either beaten, raped, or murdered.
Why is human trafficking happening in Thailand?
Most of them, the victims, leave their homes thinking they're going to get jobs like models, waitresses, or dancers, not knowing what's going to happen to them.
Thank you, Ms. Brashear. Our last guest speaker was Alexandria. Welcome, Ms. Alexandria. Now, Ms. Alexandria, I understand that you're a victim of human trafficking.
Yes, I am.
Would you like to share your experience with us?
Yes. Well, like you said, my name is Alexandra, and I was a victim of human trafficking from the rural side of Moscow, Russia. I was just a little girl with big dreams of becoming a doctor, but poverty in my family didn't give me the opportunity to pursue my dreams. That was until an elegant woman walked up to me in the street and talked about the great job opportunities in America. I then decided to go to the U.S. after hearing all the great stories of immigrants succeeding there. When I arrived in Colorado, my life suddenly changed. The woman sold me and other girls to a trafficker who made us live in an apartment by day and work long, hard hours as prostitutes by night. This had to be the most tragic thing that I have ever gone through, and I would never want anyone to go through what I went.
That must have been a really terrifying experience for you.
Yes, it was.
Well, after this experience, I understand that you've done some research on the United States. Could you tell us just how many people are being trafficked in the United States?
Well, the U.S. is a destination country for human trafficking, with approximately 14,500 to 17,500 people being trafficked every year.
Wow, that's a lot. And just in the United States, too. Well, as we all know, human trafficking is a worldwide problem. So let's talk about a worldwide solution. What can we do to put an end to human trafficking? Let's talk about protection. Ms. Alexandria, being a victim of human trafficking, what certain steps or things can we do to give better protection to the people?
Well, I personally believe that increasing pre-existing criminal penalties and protecting the victims' identities is a good way to begin. We could also provide physical, social, and psychological recovery options by giving the victims proper shelter and counseling.
What about the people who aren't victims?
As for the non-victims around the world who are unaware of human trafficking, we could inform them of the methods that traffickers use to capture people. The governments could also take part in protecting non-victims by hiring people to guard the borders, docks, and airports of the different countries participating in human trafficking.
That's very good ideas, Ms. Alexandria. Well, it seems to me, or I noticed that poor or less privileged people are more likely to be victims of human trafficking. What can we do about them?
As for the less privileged people around the world, we could help by providing more job opportunities, and this could also help improve our economy in the long run.
Thank you, Ms. Alexandria. Ms. Brashear, it's not about protection. Do you think the punishment given to human traffickers are effective enough?
No, I don't think they're effective enough.
Then what can we do to enforce more punishment or to make them effective enough?
I think they should get life imprisonment because they destroyed someone else's life.
Thank you, Ms. Brashear. Ms. Lee, do you have any ideas on how we can prevent human trafficking from happening?
What we can do is convince parents about the danger of the illegal sex trade, and we should also educate the children in schools about the risk of trafficking, and also have parenting classes to help prevent adults from endangering their children.
Well, thank you. As we've all heard here and all known by now, human trafficking is a serious problem worldwide, and it's growing rapidly each and every day. So from what we've heard our three solutions: prosecution, prevention, and protection. Thank you. Prosecution, prevention, and protection. So we can protect our borders, protect the docks, and protect people from human trafficking. And also we can enforce more punishment, life imprisonment, to human traffickers who have destroyed innocent people's lives. And we can educate people, we can educate young people that human trafficking, of the situations of human trafficking going around the world. And even the audience, they can help. They can look for signs. You can look for signs of trafficked people, such as bruises, sexually transmitted diseases. They don't carry a passport or ID with them. You can look for that, but also note that victims of human trafficking will not come out freely due to fear, abuse, and threats to their families. So thank you all so much for being here tonight, this afternoon. Thank you so much. So much. Thank you so much. Special thanks to Ms. Zima and Ms. Teeple. Thank you so much. This is MYBV World News, and justice will prevail.